First of all, I want to congratulate Golovkin for the win last night, and unlucky to Kell Brook. But let's get one thing right. Kell Brook is a welterweight, not a middleweight. I am a full-fledged middleweight. There is no welterweights here. Golovkin, no problem at all. I should imagine that you'll be around for a couple of days. I've been on to my management this morning. We would definitely get it on. I definitely want you on your next available date. I'm fighting on the 29th of October. So Golovkin, I'm ready when you are. What date you come back with me with is a date I will accept. The date I will accept. I will give the fans what they want to see. And I see faults and flaws in you last night that I know I can pick out. So, like I said, biggest respect. You're a very good man. Extremely good man. But let's see who the best is for all of the belts. No.
Look at this. The brother decides to stand up like a man and throw down. Too bad Raheem had to die first. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, tell me what that movie quote was from. If you do, I'll be your best friend. Now, you guys seen the clip at the beginning. Billy Joe Saunders, he steps up. He says he wants Gennady Golovkin after the Kell Brook UK invasion performance. And this was just a matter of time. I told people, I made a video immediately after giving my post fights, but then I also talked about I did a video middleweight calling out Triple G, and this is what I expected, and the world's seen it, is because a welterweight, these guys let a welterweight go up in there and quote unquote expose certain vulnerabilities with Triple G. He fought his ass off, Kell Brook, and he was an undersized guy. So now all of a sudden these middleweights see that he can possibly have vulnerabilities. I mean, I knew this, but maybe they didn't. Like, it reminds me of Rocky IV, when Rocky Drago, like doing all this shit, and to no avail. You know what I mean? Drago's just taking it like, I do what I want, I fight for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I must break you. Like, he's doing all this shit. And then the first sign that Ivan Drago was hurt, like, you know what I'm saying? He got hurt. And then I think it was Rocky's wife, I don't remember, but he was like, you see, he's hurt, you can beat him. And they got all hyped up because Drago, he showed the first sign of vulnerability and the first sign of being hurt. And then they were all juiced, and then Rocky like, I can hurt him? What do you mean I can hurt him? You killed Apollo! Like, you know what I'm saying? And the rest is Hollywood history. So that's what it was to me. Kell Brook exposed certain things and vulnerabilities with Golovkin, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Shout out to Kell Brook for having mad heart. Heal up well. Wish him a speedy recovery with his eye situation. But now, like I said, I expected this. Billy Joe Saunders wants a piece. Danny Jacobs wants a piece. Chris Eubank wants a piece because of Kell Brook. So we all should be thanking Kell Brook, a welterweight. And Billy Joe Saunders hit the nail on the head. For the performance, if Kell Brook was the same specs and he had been fighting at middleweight and he had some middleweight wins, I would give Triple G all the credit in the world because I rate Kell Brook. But like I said in the 7 reasons, I rate him at welterweight. It's a tall order going up 2 divisions in general. Like Floyd Mayweather said, going up in weight, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I can only give a certain amount of credit to Golovkin for that performance. And then on top of that, it's not like you even went in there and just blew him out the pond. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that. A lot of people even had Kell Brook up all round. Some people had it split. But either way, Kell Brook, a welterweight, held his own. So, I mean, and this is the thing. There's a lot of... I love new media because all that speaking with emotion shit, it's played out. And the thing is, you can't get people to corroborate what you say in the industry. Golovkin himself said post-fight, I think I lost every round but round 1. So there's nothing you can say to me because people want to always try to detract and, oh, Ego, you're biased just because you hate this fighter. No. Golovkin himself said he didn't give himself a good performance and he only won round 1 up until the stoppage. So you can't say shit to me or the other fans who said Triple G didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look that great versus a welterweight. So again, I expected this. Billy Joe Saunders and the whole gang they're like, oh, okay, this motherfucker could be hurt. It's just like that aura slowly gets stripped away. Mike Tyson started probably partying and slacking on his training a bit and thinking he was invincible. And I'm not saying Triple G's doing that, because I don't think he has the Tyson. I don't think he's doing drugs and getting STDs before fights like Tyson. Like, hey, no, chlamydia. Like, I don't think that's the case. But I'm just talking about how the aura of invincibility can get stripped away in the sport, in the fight game. When people start seeing other people and like tips and tricks, it's very apparent to me. Now, the thing is with Golovkin, he's still a good fighter, and you're gonna have to get it. You might even have to walk through hell to get it, because he does do great things offensively. He has a lot of power, so you would have to be able to withstand that, because I've never seen Golovkin just lay down for anybody. You know what I mean? He's never been stopped, but I don't think he can fight off the back foot, off the ropes. I don't think he likes an inside fight. He always pauses, you know what I mean? And all that shit he's saying after about, oh, his punches tickle and he didn't hurt me. Bullshit. I can't believe that, because I watch and study the game, and if that's the case, the fighters always do this, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then you shouldn't see body language from a certain person, you know what I'm saying? And I think it may be just a fighter thing. Like, I talked to Brian Jennings, and he says, I did the interview, you guys can go research this on the channel, but Brian Jennings, he didn't really say, he said Luis King Kong Ortiz's power, it was cool, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like death-defying power. You know what I'm saying? But to everybody watching it, it was just like, damn, King Kong, his power is crazy. You look at how he got Jennings' legs. So, you know what I mean? Fighters are always gonna say whatever they feel in their heart or whatever. But I watched the Golovkin fight, and I can tell body language and stuff. And if his power wasn't shit, then why does it take 5 rounds to go? Why'd you even lose a round? If you didn't feel his power, you should have just walked him down and been on top of him, and you could have got a 2nd round stoppage like you did Dominic Wade. You know what I mean? So I don't buy those scapegoats and patsies. Like, oh, I didn't feel his power. Because if you didn't feel his power, then why didn't you Dominic Wade him? You know what I'm saying? Because he was of a higher skill set. Even though he came in the welterweight form, he was still of a higher skill set, and you did respect his power. All that, you could say anything after. You know what I'm saying? You could have been like pissing blood, but we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened. So anyone could say anything after they already get the win. Like, oh yeah, I wasn't worried about it. You know what I mean? It's like me going to a job interview and they haven't called me back after I interviewed, and I'm like, man, sweating bullets. Like, I hope I get this job. I don't know if I'm gonna get this job. And I'm telling all my friends. And then I get on here on the mic like, oh, I knew I was gonna get the job. I wasn't even worried about it. I wasn't even sweating it. You know what I mean? The friends I talked to would be like, bullshit. You was panicking. You was like, man, I hope I get this job. Oh, they haven't called me back. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. You could say anything in hindsight. Like, oh yeah, his punches didn't hurt me. You know what I mean? But I think it makes the fighter look worse when they say that. Maidana said that to Floyd, oh, his punches tickle. Then why don't you just walk him down in every second of the round? You know what I mean? He's obviously doing something in there right. So Billy Joe Saunders, let's get it. I gotta see Golovkin in there with a Billy Joe Saunders, a Danny Jacobs, even a Peter Quillen with Virgil Hunter, right? It has to be someone like a true full-fledged middleweight, preferably a guy with some boxing ability, athleticism, rhythm, or power, or both. You know what I mean? A Canelo, somebody. But these small guys ain't cutting it. So a lot of people say whatever. I've criticized Billy Joe Saunders for avoiding fights in the past. But if he wants it, see what the man's talking about, despite what's happened in the past, and let's rock. Because we got to see, like, we got to really prove who's the best and see who's the best. Because Triple G gets a lot of praise from, like, entities, boxing media outlets, and the amount of praise he got fighting a welterweight, it just didn't seem like that was the best 25 in the last 25 based on that performance, right? And then the past performances, you could say the competition was pretty limited. You know what I mean? Again, my final question to you guys, the fans. Floyd Mayweather in his, whatever you consider his prime, let's say 147, where he was looking great, right? At 147. Manny Pacquiao at 147 when he was running through guys, right? Can you picture anybody, champion or not, coming up 2 divisions and like getting their respect, really. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, Mayweather and Pacquiao are anomalies that were fighting bigger guys a lot of times, stronger guys. You know what I mean? Especially Floyd. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh, Floyd, he's not that strong or whatever at welter. So that's the thing. So I can't even picture somebody who's undersized coming in there. Like, let's say Gamboa, he was a champion. Let's say Gamboa coming all the way up to 47 for Pacquiao. Pacquiao's not even that tall, but I believe he's probably taller than Gamboa. You know what I mean? So fights like that, or Floyd and Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't picture, champion or not, somebody coming up 2 divisions to fight them and looking spectacular, right? That's just my opinion. You look at the Terrence Crawford fight at 135, and Gamboa looked like he had all he can handle, even though he won the first 5-6 rounds versus Crawford. Guys like Manny and Mayweather have tons of experience. Golovkin has a ton of experience, so most people expected him to look better, because the legend, the tall tale of Golovkin is that he's this monster. So how come? Basically this, if you're a middleweight and you're the middleweight monster like everyone believes, then it shouldn't. If you were in, that's why I told people this is a lose-lose fight, because you went in there with the welterweight and he probably had the best performance against you. So then that kind of takes away some of your stripes, because it's showing that these other middleweights that you have faced, a lot of them weren't as skilled as Kell Brook. So even though they were bigger and probably stronger than Kell Brook, or taller or whatever, they didn't have the skill level. So now all of your past wins are kind of subject to criticism, you know what I'm saying? Because they clearly weren't as skilled as Kell Brook. Like, put it this way. Do you think Golovkin versus Lemieux would be one-sided if Lemieux, his same frame, his same power, but he had the skill set of a Kell Brook? Like, he could move like a Kell Brook, good upper body movement, launching uppercuts, athletic, things like that. Do you think the fight would look as one-sided? Hell no. Let me know what you guys think. Share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.